You did everything they told you to do. You woke up before the sun. You drank the water. You went to the temple of iron and you lifted the cold weight until your muscles burned. You came back to your room. You shut the door and you stared at the ceiling, proud of yourself because you didn't touch the phone. You did not scroll. You didn't give in to the cheap, pathetic dopamine that's destroying every other guy your age. You checked every single box on your habit tracker. You feel like a warrior on paper. But then the night comes. The house goes completely silent. The ambient noise of the world dies down, and you are left sitting alone in a dark room with nothing but your own thoughts. And in that silence, a cold, terrifying realization creeps up your spine. You still feel completely empty. You feel like a ghost inhabiting a disciplined body. You look at your clean room, your clean diet, your structured routines, and you realize you aren't actually moving forward. You're just running on a treadmill that you built for yourself. Tonight, we are going to stop and we are going to address the invisible wall that nobody in the self improvement space has the balls to talk about. Welcome to the lock in trap. I want you to close your eyes for a second. Or just look at the shadows in this room and listen to this story very carefully. Imagine a man who has been locked inside a small prison cell for years. He realizes that if he wants to survive, he cannot let his mind rot. So, he creates a strict, brutal routine every single morning. He wakes up and sweeps the concrete floor until it reflects the dim light. He does 500 push ups. He folds his thin blanket with military precision. He measures his prison rations down to the last grain of rice. Over months and years, he becomes the healthiest, most disciplined, most physically formidable prisoner in the entire facility. He feels like a king. He looks at the other inmates who are lazy and sleeping all day, and he feels a sense of absolute superiority. But one afternoon, the guard makes a mistake. The heavy door is latched. It slowly creaks open. The outside world is right there. It is vast, it is chaotic, it is full of massive risks, terrifying uncertainties, beautiful women, financial warfare, and unpredictable danger. It is the realm of true freedom. The prisoner walks up to the threshold. He looks out at the endless horizon. His heart starts pounding, not with excitement, but with pure, unadulterated terror. He looks back at his cell. He looks at his broom. He looks at the concrete floor where he knows exactly how to do his push up. The cell is predictable. The cell is safe. So the disciplined man reaches out, pulls the iron door shut, latches it from the inside, and picks up his broom to start sweeping the floor again. The prisoner is you. Your look in routine is no longer a tool you are using to achieve freedom. It has become your cage. You are using cold showers, cleaning, and gym sessions as a psychological shield to hide from the terrifying reality that you are too afraid to take a real risk in the real world. So, okay, let's be brutally honest with each other tonight. I'm not speaking to you from a mountaintop. I'm speaking to you from the trenches because I have lived in this exact same trap. We cut out the toxic friends, right? We told ourselves we are protecting our energy. But the truth is, we used self improvement as an excuse to isolate ourselves because building real world brotherhood and looking another man in the eye is uncomfortable. We cut out the distractions. We stop playing video games. We stop washing the garbage. But instead of using that free time to build a business, to learn a high value skill, or put our neck on the line to make actual money, we just fill those hours with more self improvement content. We read another book. We watch another 2 hour podcast about optimizing our dopamine receptors. We are checking boxes to manufacture the feeling of progress without actually achieving anything tangible. If your discipline does not manifest into external reality, if it doesn't turn into a business that supports you, a tribe that respects you, or a real world mission that alters the lives of the people around you, then your routine is just a high IQ form of coping. It is an addiction to comfort wrapped in the flag of discipline. You are playing the character of a successful man inside the safe sandbox of your boredom, no, of your bedroom. But the moment you step outside into the real world, where people judge you, where markets can reject your business, where people can laugh at your face, you freeze. You freeze and you run right back to your routine because it's the only place you feel in control. The modern world does not want you to be a leader. The algorithm doesn't just want your attention span. It wants your edge. It wants to turn you into a digital spectator, a passive observer who watches other men live, other men fight, and other men build empires, while you sit in the dark, perfectly optimized, but completely impotent. Look at what is happening to our generation. We are the most informed, most self aware generation of young men to ever exist. Yet we are the loneliest and most sting. We know the exact science behind sleep cycles, but we don't know the purpose of our lives. We know how to track macronutrients, but we don't know how to speak with absolute authority when we enter a room. The lock in mindset tells you to focus entirely on yourself. Me versus me. It sounds beautiful on an edit with loud music, but it's a lie. True masculinity is never solitary. True masculinity is historical. It is about the responsibility you hold for the people who rely on you. You cannot be a wise elder brother. You cannot be a respectable pillar of your family if you are completely consumed by your own micro routines. A man who is disciplined when the conditions are perfect is not a strong man. He is a fragile ecosystem. The moment chaos hits, the moment the routine breaks, the moment a real crisis arrives, he shatters. So, how do we break the cage? How do we actually win? You have to shift your focus from the internal to the external. Discipline is just the fuel in the gas tank. It is just a fuel in the gas tank, Arham. It is not the destination. If you just let the car idle in the garage while you polish the dashboard every day, the engine is going to overheat and rot. If you have put the car in drive and steer it into the store, I mean, shh, you have to put your car in drive and steer it into the store. Tomorrow morning, I don't want you just to track your habits. I want you to look at the one terrifying thing you have been avoiding because it does not fit your routine or because you are afraid of failing at it. Are you avoiding starting that side hustle because you're scared nobody will buy from you? Are you avoiding looking for a real brother to build with because you're comfortable being lonely? Are you avoiding speaking the raw and filtered truth to your family or your peers because you want to keep the peace. Sorry, pick that one thing and attack it with the same raw intensity you give to the cold iron in the gym. True authority is not found in a habit app. It is found in how you command yourself when the routine completely breaks and the world demands you to be a man. I'm done playing the shop for me. I'm done making 60-second loops designed to feed an algorithm that favors short attention span and shallow minds. I am staying right here in this room, talking directly to the men who are willing to sit down for 20 minutes and look their flaws in the face. I am stepping out of my own cage. I am building a brotherhood of guys who want depth, who want substance, and who are ready to turn their silent discipline into real world power. If you watched until this exact moment, you are not a spectator. You are one of the few who still possess the capacity for deep focus. Do not just close this video and click on something else. I want you to go down in the comments right now and answer me honestly. What is the prison door you've been afraid to walk through? Let me know. I'm reading every single response tonight. Let's stop sweeping the floor of the cage and let's build something real. Okay, I'll see you in the trenches.